The universe of both Portal games have a collective total of over 100 Easter eggs and counting, not even including the ones having to do with the main stories such as Doug Ratman's insanity or the mystery behind GLaDOS' more human side. You can watch our other Portal videos covering these topics, but this video is going to focus on something a little off the beaten path.
The games concocted by the masterminds over at Valve have no shortage of these crazy references. Some of them are crucial to the plot of the game, while others are thrown in there with no rhyme or reason, other than to just reinforce that feeling of uneasiness while you play.
Portal 2 has been out for nearly 6 years, and there's still so much uncharted territory left to explore. With the amount of subtlety these Easter eggs are presented with, it's very easy to simply leave a room and miss out on a few of them. Did you know the painting at the beginning of the game changes from a day scene to a night scene when Wheatley helps you break out?
How about one of Ratman's drawings showing the papers being tossed with 3 numbers, 2, 1, and 9. The same numbers that appear on page 11 of the Lab Rat comic as a phone number that should be dialed in the case of a rogue AI. These hidden delicacies are what successfully submerge the player in such an atmospheric, almost realistic tale.
I think it's time we shine a light somewhere else. Somewhere away from all the bigger and more noticeable Easter eggs. Away from all the Ratmans and the Black Maces of the Portal universe.
Would you believe us if we told you it's possible to travel to a metaphorical hell in Portal 2? Just look at the evidence. You face GLaDOS for your first time in the game after failing to make your escape. She leads you straight to her chamber, a small boss fight sequence begins, and she's replaced with Wheatley, who then becomes overwhelmed with power.
GLaDOS' new potato form accompanies you in plummeting over 4,200 meters down a shaft, leading to a dismantled maze of debris underneath Aperture. We'll get to why this drop is significant later. We've only scratched the surface.
The first important bit of information that comes with knowing the significance behind this deathly plummet is the mythology. Greek mythology, that is.
In Greek lore, there was a titan that disobeyed the gods and took it upon himself to give the flames of Olympus to mankind. This flame represented a divine knowledge that only the gods, snuggled up in their grottos above, had the authority to control. When the gods caught wind of this act of treachery, a punishment fit for only the most wicked was in order.
This titan's name was Prometheus, directly translated to mean forethought. Prometheus met with a harsh sentencing, one that would subjugate him for only as long as the gods deemed it sufficient. For giving the fires of Olympus to the humans down below, Prometheus was cast down to Tartarus, a region deep within the pits of Hades where the wicked are tormented, endlessly and mercilessly.
This location isn't exactly a place you can travel to in the Portal universe, but just like always, there is a location that references it. GLaDOS waits for you at the end of the 5th chapter. You and Wheatley have just tried to escape Aperture Laboratories for good, leaving the dilapidated rubble of the facility in the dust. She isn't too happy about that. Confronting her and fighting her will result in a core transmission, where Wheatley will take the place of GLaDOS. Because of his brittle mentality, he will have power he won't know what to do with. He will become corrupted, and a weakened GLaDOS will make the mistake of sending him over the edge. He will react by sending you down and around. In theory, being dropped from a height of 4,200 meters would result in a fall of about 900 feet per second, rounding off to about 700 miles an hour. That's nearly as fast as a bullet fired from an assault rifle, which is pretty fast. Any mortal human would surely meet their end at the bottom. Those numbers do seem arbitrary enough until you realize that this distance was the exact same distance fallen by Prometheus, the traitor of Olympus. A scripted cutscene of Shell recuperating from her fall will play. When this happens, don't feel shy to explore around a bit. Once you start ascending the ruins, there will be a building bigger than the others. The number 9 is inscribed on the building, along with the name of the location, Tartarus.
So what does this mean exactly? Might this be an implicit nod to Shell or GLaDOS being the representation of the treacherous Titan? If you want to stretch it even further, and I mean stretch, there's always a small possibility that Shell may have died during the drop. You're only playing as a metaphysical reconstruction of her conscious. This would explain why there's such a pivotal atmosphere change from Chapter 6 and the rest of the game. But that's a pretty big maybe. Perhaps one that we'll talk about in another episode.
Prometheus was punished by the gods for giving the gift of knowledge to man. He was cast into the bowels of the earth and pecked by birds. It won't be enough.
For now, if you'd like to see any more dark theories and creepy subplots in Portal, let us know. Until next time.